Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles and to the next Sudoku Take Out puzzle pack, which is mostly puzzles created by Maggie, my mother, and I. The puzzles will get credited as a mix between Maggie and BremSter with a couple of guest puzzle creators in here. But the distinction isn't so much whether we were both involved in the creation of the puzzle, but how much we were both involved in the creation of the puzzle. Anything with Maggie and BremSter is probably more Maggie than BremSter, with me just helping, and anything with just BremSter is probably the other way around. It's just the way we do things. Maggie doesn't like taking too much credit. So this is going to be a diagonal constraint pack. So every puzzle in this pack is using the diagonal constraint. We like doing packs to a theme, and there will be a baker's dozen of puzzles. So there's a dozen puzzles, and then there's a bonus one, which you will find out about if you've gone through the pack, or it'll be the 13th video. Now, we've tried to do these sort of based on difficulty with a bit of a theme. The first two puzzles are going to be just pure diagonal, and then there'll be the variant puzzles, and we've kind of tried to base them on difficulty with the feedback from testers and stuff as well, but this is a slightly harder pack than some of the others, but we've really enjoyed the puzzles, and we hope that you do too. So these ones won't be quite as easy as some of the other packs that we've done. So, of course, there'll be a link below to where you can try this puzzle for yourself, as well as download the whole pack, but the videos will be coming out one per day. Is there anything else I wish to call? No. So we hope you enjoy the Transverse Sudoku pack, which is what we're calling this one. So this is puzzle 1 from Transverse Sudoku. Let's get straight into it and have a look at Apple Core by Maggie and BremSter. So what are the rules? We've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition, and then also digits 1 to 9 must be placed on each of the marked diagonals without repetition as well. They're the rules of the puzzle. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So there's a couple of things we can find out by just looking at pure Sudoku. So for example, you can see 5 and 5 mean 5 is in one of those two, and we can continue that. 7 and 7 means 7 is in one of those two. 6 and 6 means 6 is in one of those two. But if we just continue with pure Sudoku, I don't think we find much. 4 and 4 means 4 is in one of those two. Now we can get a bit here by saying, where is 3 on the negative diagonal? Because 3 can't go in any of those, 3 can't go in any of those, but we can't repeat digits on the diagonal, and the diagonals are all 9 cells long. So 3 has to be in one of those 3 cells, but it's not really getting us very far. We know that 2, for example, has to be off the diagonal in this box because we can't repeat 2 on the diagonal or here, and that gets 2 down to 3 cells, but it's not quite enough. So the question is, how do we proceed with this one? And this one actually is all about some naked singles. So for example, we can see 8 can't be in any of those or on this diagonal. 8 is in one of those two. Another Sudoku deduction, but this time including the diagonals. And I think we can do the same with something else. Like 2 can't be here or on the diagonal, and that's not it. I thought there was something, yeah, not sure in fact. But the question is, on this diagonal, there are some incredibly constrained cells. This cell, for example, is actually a naked single. It can't be 1, 2, 3. It can't be 5, 6, 7. It can't be 8. So this is down to 2 or no. Oh, sorry. It can't. Yeah. So what can it be? Can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 or 9. Oh, and it can't be 4. So this is just a 9. It can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a 9. And that means that 9 is in one of those 3, but it means that we can't put 9 anywhere else on this diagonal. So 9 is off the diagonal in this box, but 9 is off the diagonal in this box, and 9 can't be in any of those. So 9 is now looking up in this box, meaning 9 isn't in any of those or on this diagonal, and 9 is now looking across here, which means 9 is in one of those 3. Now, I believe we can continue that in another cell on that diagonal. And I'm trying to remember which one. I think it was this one. So this could be a 1, 2, can't be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So this is only 1 or 2. And it's not a 1 because of the diagonal. That's a 2. So 2, 2, and 2, and 2 means that's a 2. Because we've now got 4 2s looking into box 6. But now 2 has to be off the diagonal in this box. So 2's not in any of those or any of those. 2 is looking down here, which puts 2 in one of those 2. But the 2 on the diagonal means that's not the 2. That's the 2, which puts 2 in one of those 2. And those naked singles to start are a tricky spot. 8 is in one of those 2. In fact, 6, 8, 6, 8, this has been a 6, 8 pair since the beginning, and that may have been a faster way of starting. 6 and 8, 6 and 8. Oh no, it's not a 6, 8 pair because there's already a 6 there. That was a very dumb thing to say. That 6 is already there. Okay. Five is down. I'm not sure if it's, I don't remember if it's now the positive diagonal. I remember we did something with these, but I'm trying to remember what's next. Like these are a bit restricted. This can't be 1, 2, 3. Could be 4, can't be 5. It can be 6. It can't be 7. It could be 8. It can't be 9. And it can't be 8. This is just 4 or 6. This one can be 1. It can't be 2, 3. It could be 4. Could be 5. Can't be 6. Could be 7. Can't be 8 or 9. It can't be 1 because 1 is already on the diagonal. This is 4, 5, or 7. 9 is not on the diagonal. I've done quite great intro puzzle. So I think it is something to do with this diagonal. And I'm trying to remember what it was. Well, this isn't a 4. So the 4 on this diagonal is in this box, and it's not there. So 4 is in one of those 2. Yeah, what are these? They're 3 through 7. This is only 3 or 7 because it sees 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. So this is only 3 or 7. And this sees 1, 2. It could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is only 3 or 4. But that one I think is way more open. Huh. Three is in one of those 2. Right. No. This is a much easier trick than what I was looking at on this diagonal. 3 can't be in those 2 cells because of the 3 looking up and the 3 looking across, and that's a 2. That 3 is looking down, that's a 9, and that 3 is looking across. These 2 3s are knocking 3 off all of those cells. So 3 is on this diagonal, but 3 had to be on here because that 3 is knocking 3 off there, and that 3 is knocking 3 off there and there. 3 must be in the middle of the grid, which makes that 7 and that 4. Those two 3s with these digits are incredibly powerful on the diagonal and force 3 into the middle. That was the trick I needed to start with. That makes these 3, 4, and 7 once these are done. Or that makes 3 to 3. These are now 4 and 7 because those become forced. The 4 looks up making this the 6, and the 7 looks down making that the 5. That diagonal is forced by those 3s. That's where I needed to open, and it took me way too long to see that. 7 and 7 puts 7 down here. 4, 6 puts 6 in one of those two, but the 6 is looking up saying that's not the 6, that's the 6. 4 and 4 puts 4 in one of those two. These are 5, 6, 8, and 9. 9 is now in one of those two because I can't put 9 on this diagonal. So 9 isn't in any of those or any of those. No, but 2 is off the, oh no, I've got 2 off the diagonal. Forget that. 6 is on this diagonal somewhere, and it's not there. And it's not there. 6 is in one of those two. Oh, no, 6 and 6. This is just a 6. So this isn't a 6. This is a 6. Which puts 6 in one of those two, but that 6 looks across saying not there. That's a 6. And I've got all the 6s. 5 is in one of those two by Sudoku, but the 5 is looking down saying that's not the 5, that's the 5. And now 5 in this box can't be in any of those. So that's the 5, that's the 8, that's the 9. The 5 looks up the diagonal saying that's not the 5, that's the 5. This was just me missing stuff. And this diagonal is now down to 4 digits. 1, I've got 2, 3, 4, I've got 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 4, 7, 8. Well, there's no 7 in any of those. These are 1, 4, 8. That one's not an 8. Not sure about that one. There's no 4 in either of those. So 4 must be in one of those two. 7 must be in one of those two. This triple maybe? 1, 3, 7. There's no 3 there. In here, I need to put 1, 3, 4, and 9. So this is only 3 or 4 because it can't be 1 or 9. It's 1, 4, 9. That's 1, 4, 9. So 3 is in one of those two. This 2 is looking down here. No, that's not it. 2, 4, 7, 8. And here it's 1, 4, 7, 9. So this is only 1 or 4 because, right, this is only 1 or 4 because it sees 7 and 9 and the others are already in the box. That's a 1, 4 pair. So this triple, I've got 1, 2 is 3. I've got 4, 5, 3, 5, 9. Well, there's no 5 there. There's no 3 there. There's no 5 there. So that's a 3, 9 pair, making that a 5. That's a 3, 9 pair. Right, no. Where's 7 in this column? The 7's, these two 7s say there's no 7 in either of those. 7 has to be on the diagonal, so 7's not in any of those. 7 is in one of those three. That's a 7, which makes that the 1, which makes that the 3. Which makes that the 4, which means neither of these are 4. This is a 1-9 pair, making that the 3, looking up, making that the 9. This is not the 9. That puts 9 in one of those two. But the 3 in this box now can't be in any of those. That's the 3. This is 4 or 8 because of this 1, 4, 8 in the box. This triple is 2, 3, 8. There's no 3 there. There's no 3 there. That's a 2, 8 pair in the box. So that's the 3. This is 1, 7, or 8, and it can't be 7 because 7 has to be on the diagonal, and the 8 is looking across, making that the 1. So this is a 7, 8 on the diagonal, looking up, taking 8 out of there. That's the 8. This is a 1, 4 on the diagonal. But if this is 1, 2, 3, this is a 4, 7 pair for the box, and the 4 is looking up, making that the 7 and that the 4. This is the 3 that's not in the row. Okay. So the 1 makes this the 9, making this the 1, making this the 4, making this the 1. The 4 looks across saying that's not the 4, that's the 4. This has to be 2 or 8, and the 2 looks up making that the 8, that the 2, that the 8. This is a triple, which is 1, 2, and 9. 1, 2, 9. The 2 takes the 2 out of there, the 9 takes the 9 out of there, and there's no 1 there. So that's that triple. Not sure how to resolve that yet. The 7 looks down, making that the 8, and that the 7. This is the 8 that's not in the box. The 1 and the 3 looks back, making that the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9 go in. The 4 looks down, making that the 9 and that the 4. The 4 looks down, saying that's not the 4, that's the 4. This column has not had its 7 placed, so these are 1 and 9, and not sure how to resolve those yet. So we need to do some more work in this box. So this is the 3 that's not in the column. So this is the row, sorry. This is a 1, 9. So if that's a 1, 9, we know what these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 2 and 8. And the 8 is looking down, making that the 2 and that the 8. The 2 looks up, making that the 1, which makes that the 9, which makes that the 2. The 9 looks down, making that the 1, that the 9, that the 1. And this box is missing its 7 and its 9, and we can resolve that. And that is the solution to the puzzle. That is Apple Core by Maggie and BremSter. Quite a tricky start to this one because you really need to look for naked singles on the diagonals, and that kind of bumps this one up. But we thought it was not too bad as an introductory puzzle for a diagonal pack. We want people to start thinking about the diagonals in important ways. And some of the puzzles in this pack get quite tricky, so hopefully you enjoy them. Thank you everyone for watching. We hope you enjoyed Transverse Sudoku, and as always, good luck with your solving.